Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a truth that many chase but few truly understand. We live in a world obsessed with success titles, money, fame, achievements. We believe that the accumulation of these things will bring us fulfillment, happiness, and peace. But I stand before you to say this: success without emotional health is the greatest failure you will ever experience. You can climb the highest mountain of achievement, but if inside your heart is a storm of anxiety, fear, or loneliness, then what you hold in your hand is nothing but a hollow trophy. It is an empty victory. True success is not just about what you accomplish on the outside. It is about the condition of your inner world, your emotional well-being, your ability to love yourself and others, to forgive, to find peace amid chaos. Without this foundation, all the wealth and accolades in the world cannot fill the void inside. Consider this: a man who gains the whole world but loses his own joy, his peace of mind, has truly lost. A woman who builds a legacy but neglects her emotional health is building a house on sand, destined to crumble. Emotional health is the bedrock of greatness. It fuels your resilience in the face of setbacks. It empowers you to lead with compassion, to innovate with clarity, and to live with purpose beyond the pursuit of material gain. So I urge you, do not chase success at the expense of your soul. Do not sacrifice your peace for applause. Invest in your emotional well-being as fiercely as you pursue your dreams. Cultivate self-awareness, nurture your relationships, and heal your wounds. Because a life well lived is not measured solely by accomplishments, but by the harmony between your external victories and your inner peace. Remember, my friends, a crown worn without joy is a crown of thorns. Let your journey be one of balanced success, where emotional true success is holistic, because it encompasses every aspect of our being, not just what the world can see on the surface, but also the invisible qualities that sustain us from within. When we think of success, too often we focus solely on external achievements like wealth, status, or accolades, as if those alone define the fullness of our lives. But true success reaches beyond the material. It touches our emotional, mental, and spiritual health. It means living in harmony with ourselves, having peace in our hearts, clarity in our minds, and purpose that fuels our actions. Without this inner alignment, the achievements we chase can feel hollow and empty, lacking the deeper fulfillment that comes from being whole. A person may climb the ladder of success, but still feel lost, anxious, or disconnected because the foundation of their well-being is neglected. Holistic success means nurturing the mind and soul just as diligently as we pursue our goals. It means understanding that prosperity without peace, achievement without joy, and power without balance are incomplete. Only when success embraces the entirety of who we are can it be truly sustainable, meaningful, and transformative. It becomes not just a destination, but a way of living that honors every dimension of our humanity. Mental health is the foundation because it serves as the bedrock upon which every other part of our lives is built. Just as a house needs a strong, stable foundation to stand firm against storms and time, our minds require strength and balance to support the challenges and demands we face daily. When our mental health is sound, we have clarity, resilience, and the emotional capacity to handle stress, setbacks, and uncertainty. It allows us to think clearly, make wise decisions, and maintain healthy relationships. Without this solid foundation, no matter how impressive our achievements may seem on the outside, they become fragile and vulnerable to collapse. When mental health is compromised, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming, and the pressure of responsibilities can become unbearable. Success built on a shaky mental state is like building a skyscraper on sand. It may rise quickly, but it won't stand the test of time. Prioritizing mental health means recognizing that caring for our minds is not optional, but essential. It means giving ourselves permission to rest, to seek help when needed, and to cultivate habits that nourish our emotional and psychological well-being. This foundation supports every dream, every goal, and every relationship, making true, lasting success possible. External success can mask internal struggle because what the world sees is often just the surface, the polished image, the accolades, the smiling photos, and the impressive resume. People tend to assume that someone who appears successful has it all together, but this assumption can be dangerously misleading. Behind that image, there may be deep battles with anxiety, depression, loneliness, or self-doubt that no one else knows about. The pressure to maintain a facade of success can even intensify these struggles, forcing individuals to hide their pain out of fear of judgment or losing their status. This disconnect creates a lonely experience where outward achievements feel disconnected from inner reality. The more a person tries to prove their success, the more isolated they might feel, trapped in a cycle where their public persona is at odds with their private suffering. This hidden turmoil can slowly erode their health, relationships, and sense of purpose. It reminds us that true success must be measured not just by what can be seen, but by what is felt and experienced within. When we only focus on external markers, we risk ignoring the mental and emotional well-being that truly sustains a fulfilling life. The cost of ignoring mental health is far greater than many realize because it quietly undermines every area of life, often before any visible signs appear. When we neglect our mental well-being, stress and anxiety begin to build like cracks in a dam that eventually give way to overwhelming pressure. This can lead to exhaustion, burnout, and a diminished ability to focus or make decisions, which directly impacts our productivity and effectiveness. Relationships suffer as we become irritable, withdrawn, or emotionally unavailable, creating distance between us and those we care about. Physically, unchecked mental health struggles can manifest as chronic illnesses, fatigue, and weakened immune systems, showing that the mind and body are deeply connected. On a deeper level, ignoring mental health can rob us of joy, purpose, and motivation, leaving us feeling empty even when outwardly things appear successful. The most tragic cost is the loss of self, losing touch with who we truly are and what makes life meaningful. When mental health is overlooked, success becomes fragile, and what seemed like a victory can quickly turn into regret. Ultimately, the price is too high because no achievement is worth sacrificing the peace, clarity, and vitality that come from a healthy mind. Success is meaningless if you lose yourself, because achievements lose their value when they come at the expense of your identity, values, and inner peace. You might accumulate wealth, earn titles, or gain recognition, but if in the process you disconnect from who you truly are, what you stand for, and what brings you joy, those accomplishments become hollow trophies. Losing yourself means sacrificing your authenticity to please others or to fit into a certain image of success, but that image is fragile and unsustainable. Without staying true to your core, you risk becoming a stranger to yourself, confused, unfulfilled, and constantly chasing validation that can never fill the emptiness inside. When you lose yourself, you lose the ability to enjoy your success, to feel proud of it in a meaningful way. Your achievements become meaningless because they are no longer a reflection of your true purpose or passion. True success is deeply personal and rooted in self-awareness and self-respect. Holding onto your identity keeps you grounded, helps you make decisions aligned with your values, and allows your success to be a source of genuine happiness rather than a source of inner conflict. Success that costs you your sense of self is a victory turned into a prison. Balance is the key to lasting success because it ensures that no part of your life is neglected or overwhelmed by another. When you focus solely on one area, whether it's work, ambition, or external achievements, you risk burning out, losing perspective, and damaging your mental and physical health. Balance means giving attention to all the essential aspects of your life: your career, your relationships, your health, and your personal growth. It allows you to move forward steadily without sacrificing your well-being or the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. With balance, you create a sustainable rhythm where effort and rest coexist, ambition and contentment find harmony, and your mind and body are nurtured together. This equilibrium protects you from the extremes of stress and exhaustion, enabling you to perform at your best consistently. It also opens space for reflection and gratitude, which deepen your appreciation of your accomplishments. Without balance, success can become a fleeting moment, easily undone by neglect or imbalance. But when you embrace balance, success becomes a lifelong journey, one that is rich, rewarding, and resilient through the ups and downs of life. Self-awareness leads to true power because it gives you the ability to understand your strengths, weaknesses, motivations, and emotions clearly. When you are self-aware, you are no longer controlled by unconscious habits or external pressures. Instead, you gain mastery over your own mind and actions. This insight allows you to make intentional choices that align with your deepest values and goals, rather than reacting impulsively or being swayed by circumstances. True power comes not from controlling others, but from controlling yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, and your responses. Self-awareness also helps you recognize when you need help, when to pause, and when to push forward, which builds resilience and emotional intelligence. It enables you to learn from mistakes without being defeated by them, and to grow continually into the person you aspire to be. Without self-awareness, even great talents and opportunities can be wasted or misdirected. But with it, you unlock a source of inner strength that fuels your confidence, clarity, and ability to influence the world around you positively. It is the foundation of leadership, personal growth, and authentic success. Mental health is a sign of strength, not weakness, because it takes courage and honesty to face what is happening inside your mind and heart. In a world that often values toughness and endurance, admitting that you need support or that you are struggling can feel vulnerable, but it is actually a powerful act of self-awareness and bravery. Seeking help, setting boundaries, or simply taking time to care for your emotional well-being shows that you respect yourself enough to prioritize what truly matters. Strength is not about pretending everything is fine or pushing through pain silently. True strength is knowing when to pause, reflect, and take steps to heal. It requires humility to accept that we are not invincible and wisdom to recognize that mental health is essential for our overall resilience and effectiveness. When leaders, role models, and successful individuals openly value mental health, they break the stigma and encourage others to do the same. By embracing mental health as part of your strength, you build a foundation that supports growth, creativity, and sustainable success. It transforms challenges into opportunities and setbacks into lessons, proving that caring for your mind is one of the bravest and most empowering things you can do. Invest in your mind as much as your goals because your mind. It is the engine that drives your actions and determines the quality of your journey towards success. Many people focus all their energy on achieving external goals, whether it's climbing the career ladder, building wealth, or gaining recognition, while neglecting the very thing that makes those goals possible: a healthy, focused, and resilient mind. When you invest time and effort in nurturing your mental well-being, learning new skills, and developing emotional intelligence, you strengthen your ability to overcome obstacles, adapt to change, and maintain motivation even when the path gets tough. Your mind is like fertile soil. The more you enrich it with positive habits, knowledge, and self-care, the more fruitful your efforts will be. Without this investment, no matter how ambitious your goals, you risk burnout, confusion, or losing sight of why you started in the first place. By valuing your mental growth as highly as your external achievements, you create a powerful foundation that not only helps you reach your goals, but also enables you to enjoy the process, stay balanced, and build lasting success that goes beyond temporary wins. Legacy is built on well-being because what we leave behind is not just measured by material possessions or accomplishments, but by the state of our mind, body, and spirit throughout our lives. When we prioritize well-being, we create a life of purpose, balance, and integrity that influences others long after we are gone. A legacy grounded in well-being means we have cared for ourselves deeply enough to be fully present for those around us, to lead with compassion, to inspire through our actions, and to foster relationships that nurture growth and love. It ensures that the success we achieve is sustainable and not built on sacrifice or suffering that eventually destroys. When mental health and emotional balance are honored, we pass down more than wealth or status. We pass down resilience, wisdom, and a model of living that encourages future generations to thrive both outwardly and inwardly. This kind of legacy shapes communities and families, creating ripples of well-being that extend far beyond our own lifetime. Ultimately, legacy rooted in well-being is the truest form of success, for it reflects a life fully lived and a positive impact that endures.